Hey guys, so obviously Nvidia crushed earnings. It's anyone's guess how long the exuberance is going to last. But me personally, I believe after another couple weeks go by, maybe even just one more week, I think people are going to start looking for value more. Okay. So if you're on the fence, if you're feeling FOMO, oh my God, I got to buy Nvidia, just know if you're thinking about buying in the 800s now or right around 800, that you might have 10% upside, 15% upside. Is that really something you want to fret over right now? Okay. So I would personally look in other areas. That's why I put out a video showing you where people are putting their money, investors now. You saw information technology, right? Went from 50% of stocks outperforming over the last 3 months to 28% over the last 1 month. That shows that investors are pulling their money out of that sector and putting it elsewhere, looking for more value and even defensive plays, okay? Also heard me talk about Annaly stock, where you can put your profits in and protect your money, where you get a 13 to 14% dividend. This is a mortgage REIT if you don't know, and they have to pay 90% of the income they make in dividends, okay? And it's backed by the federal government. And with interest rate cuts happening, hopefully the second half of this year, that's going to benefit the stock as well. But that's one, as you know, I just have going right to my bank account each quarter. So this is a good time, if any, to put it in that one, okay? Because of how high stocks have gone with these AI stocks. So me personally, I'm telling you, if you are thinking about buying into these after they've gone up 100, 200, 300%, I would wait for a big pullback, okay? And I would rather look for value with better valuations than some of these ones that have run up pretty big. So this upcoming week, for example, we have Salesforce earnings and Snowflake earnings on Wednesday, okay, after market close. These are two tech stocks that have done well, okay? The problem with Snowflake, we'll start with that one, is they have a very high valuation, and that's hard for me to get over. I know this is a great company. They're going to probably have a good report. They're still losing money on a GAAP basis, okay? But eventually they may change that, okay? But this company is one of the most expensive stocks on the planet, so it's hard for me to recommend this one after it's gone up, okay? But it's one you can still watch. If they absolutely crush earnings and absolutely crush guidance, then it's one you can think about getting in and playing, you know, that pop. But for me personally, I don't think they're going to beat huge, but you never know. So that's one earnings report I'll be watching on Wednesday. Also, Salesforce. This one is also close to high, so I personally don't like the risk reward. Obviously, that's why I liked Block stock, because of how low it was, right? It had been beaten up. It's way off of its highs. And with all the catalysts and the positive news around Bitcoin, I knew that was going to help them, right? And also with another competitor reporting good earnings too. So that's why you got to look for stocks that have been beaten up that have a good probability of beating and raising guidance on their earnings. Again, Salesforce is one of the top dogs in the cloud sector, right? We know cloud isn't going anywhere. So I believe this stock could keep going up, okay? But again, they're going to have to beat. We know it has to be a perfect earnings report, right? They got to beat and raise. And like I said, if they don't beat and raise big, the stock will probably just trade flat, okay? Or even slightly down because of how much things have run up. So me personally, I'm not buying anything unless there's great setups, right? So those two stocks, I know investors have asked me to do a video on Salesforce and Snowflake. That's why I'm doing it. But me personally, I'm not too excited about either of those after the run up, okay? So I'm being very picky and very selective with which stocks that I am recommending to you guys, where I think there's good risk reward. So I'm going to sift through these earnings reports coming out this week and let you know which ones that I like that have a good setup that could potentially break out, you know, after the earnings report.